At sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He will wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Haribo, Haribo. He has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All you have to do is take to the sweet chanting Hari's name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Good morning, Grand Rising.
OGEbeats.com.
Gauranga, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Get the link from yesterday if you can't find it. It's not showing up here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
OGE Beats.
Gauranga, Nityananda. So somebody give the link. You got the link if you click here. Put it on the thing because it's not showing up when I do it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, everybody, get your little turn your mics on, and we'll
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama.
Hare Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare.
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare.
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
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 Rama.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Yeah, if anybody has any trouble, if
Rama
it's a
Rama
little too
Hare.
loud or something with everybody chanting, then just turn your sound down a little bit. That's what I do. And everything's cool. No
Krishna,
problem.
Krishna, Hare.
So if it's just too loud because there's a lot of people chanting, just turn your sound down, man.
We cannot
Problem
here
solved.
in the. It's not possible
Hare
here
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
in the
Krishna
stream.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Hari Hari Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hari
Hare.
Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Oh,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare,
Hari Rama
Hare
Hari Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari Hari
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare
Hari
Hare.
Rama Hari Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Hari Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama
Krishna
Rama.
Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari Rama
Krishna,
Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hare
Rama Hari
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari
Krishna,
Krishna, Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Rama, Hari Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hari
Krishna,
Hari, Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hari
Rama
Hari, Hari
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama,
Hare
Hari Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare 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 Rama,
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare.
Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
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 Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hari Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hari
Hare.
Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Oh
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama, Hare.
Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Chaitanya
Krishna, Hare
Shri
Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Rama, Rama Rama,
Shri
Hare Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna, Krishna
Nityananda
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Nityananda
Hare
Nityananda
Rama,
Nityananda
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nityananda Nityananda
Hare Krishna, Hare
Nityananda
Krishna, Krishna
Nityananda
Krishna,
Shri
Hare Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Rama,
Shri Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama
Chaitanya
Rama,
Shri
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Nityananda Nityananda
Hare Rama,
Nityananda
Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare
Chaitanya
Hare.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Rama,
Shri
Rama Rama.
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Shri
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama Rama
Hare
Chaitanya.
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya. Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Chaitanya. Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya.
Hare.
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Chaitanya.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna,
Nityananda,
Hare Krishna
Nityananda,
Hare
Nityananda,
Krishna
Nityananda,
Hare Rama,
Nityananda,
Krishna
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Rama,
Nityananda,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Nityananda,
Krishna
Rama,
Nityananda,
Krishna
Nityananda,
Hare
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama,
Nityananda,
Hare Rama, Rama
Nityananda,
Rama,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare,
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Shri
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Rama,
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Rama
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Ah.
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama Hare Rama
Ah.
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ah.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Shri Krishna
Hare Rama,
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Rama Rama,
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Shri Krishna
Rama Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare,
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama, Hare
Shri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna.
Krishna,
Hare
Jaya
Rama,
Jaya Sri
Hare
Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya
Thank
Sri
you.
Jaya Jaya Shri
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Jaya
Jaya
Nityananda
Nityananda,
Jaya
Jaya
Sri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Chandra
Chandra,
Jaya Gaura
Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda.
Yeah, it's so great, man. You know, this whole thing. So what does Fanny say? She said, this gives me so much strength and removes the discomforts in my material body. This is the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah, I mean, you know, this is what it's all about. Yeah. You know, I notice how much strength the super soul has. And then as we get in tune with that level of consciousness and that relationship, then we also become strong. So I learned so much, you know, whatever I do now, it's great, man. You know, it's like, especially if you get intimate. Oh, the music. Yeah. Thank you there, Tom. Yeah. Yeah, especially if you get intimate, like close, if you just get close and you exchange things like, I start to realize um, in Nectar of Instruction, how association, intimate association takes place. It could be by serving people. There's intimate association by having intimate talks, eating with them, stuff like this, getting close. Not necessarily even physically, but just kind of getting close with them. And what it does, personal experience so many times, is your heart becomes weak if they're not purified. And that's what I notice with Christians. And that's why people here, you see, sometimes they leave. They get intimate with and hear and believe, because a lot of Christians, they have faith in Christ, faith in that path, but they're mixed, man. You know, just like I had a little coffee with somebody who's like that, a Christian, and I got to see all the mixtures of the pious deeds. Yeah, go ahead, Lalita.
Yeah, I have a question about that, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, sure.
How can some of them have such a huge ecstasy and no Vedanta?
Yeah, well,
Because
that's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. See, they have ecstasy to an extent and realization, but no Siddhanta. The Siddhanta they have is, you can tell, they talk about their Siddhanta. It's in the Bible, which has been edited, chopped up, just like how you see Prabhupada's books getting edited. Their Siddhanta is weak, and that's the problem. That's why do you think the Goswamis and Prabhupada and Goswamis wrote for that Siddhanta, how important it is? And they didn't just write on their own. You know, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Goswamis, they took the scriptures, you know, that were in the reveal, in they wrote in the vein of the revealed scriptures. That's why you don't see, I don't give up Siddhanta because of ecstasy. Yeah, I don't give up Siddhanta because of ecstasy. Siddhanta is part of that. It actually is an enhancement. The Lord came to bring Siddhanta. Even the Bible said, my people are being destroyed because of a lack of knowledge, lack of information. You know, they don't know, the Christians don't know they were following these other mixture paths, and their hearts are failing because of these things. And so I know, because if I get close to people that are like mixed and unwilling to receive, there's a lot of Christians that are unwilling to receive anything. It gets in my heart, and I feel the weakness of heart. You know, if I didn't have this much bhakti, I would be down for the count. I see why people leave here. You know, they come. Yeah, go ahead, Lily.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Guru Maharaj. Still, I don't get it completely. If they have so much ecstasy, why is the Lord not revealing himself?
He's revealing to a point. He's revealing to a point, but you got to understand, that's why the Lord himself came and took shiksha from knowledgeable devotees who knew the Shastras. He listened to Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Roy studied the Shastras. Sanatana Goswami, he listened to him, who know the Shastras. They know these deep things. They extract from the Shastras. Jesus Christ preached from the Shastras. You know, and so it's important. And the more you're open to receiving shiksha, the more you can go. If these Christians were open to doing what I did, then they go to this point. Otherwise, they can't. I couldn't. I had to be open to Prabhupada's books and that knowledge. And because I had ecstasy, I could assimilate it. Otherwise, you won't understand it. That's why, you know, you see Krishna talked. What did he talk? What did he talk to Arjuna? Arjuna was a devotee, but he spoke Siddhanta. He spoke things that only God knows. You know, and God would want to reveal, but you get it by association. You get it by shiksha. You know, and to the point where, I mean, when you learn the Shastras, the essence, you know, a lot of the Vaishnavas, even these Christians, they don't know what Rasa Tattva is, even though intuitively they have something. but not very deep. They don't know about relishing the name and all that. You know, like that Christian yesterday, as you said, oh yeah, I chant the name. Chanting? I chant. You see, they don't know. How can you, they're not open to, isn't that the truth? Isn't, oh, there's only Jesus. What are you going to do about that? Is that really, really true? I mean, okay, fine, you only accept one form, but is that the full truth? No, that makes you naturally contaminated and sectarian. And then you're only thinking of salvation, just salvation. No, it's all about, they don't know about the deeper things. And until people are open to it, what can you do? Otherwise, you'll get sucked into that. That's just how it works. Bad association with salvationists. It's even in our book, Nectar Devotion, and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. If you associate intimately with a salvationist, you'll fall down. I mean, if you're not very strong, and most people aren't. And that goes for wives, husbands, and everything. If they don't chant and they're not on purifying, I mean, like God, you got the people, myself included, I have the opportunity to be on this platform. And by golly, I'm going to stay on this platform. Nothing, I'm not interested in, getting mixed up in mixtures. This is too good. I totally understand why people can leave or why they have problems here. They just go right associate with these contaminated homeless people, and you take on so you feed them, they feed you, not, you talk to them and they tell you their philosophy and you wonder why you're weak. See, you're weak like them. You become weak like them by your association. See, it's different. Like I'm here to feed people. I'm homeless. I'll feed them this. I'll feed them the name. Put a little coin in their thing and move on, man. I'm not here to be taken down by you. Take on these different paths and these different people. The Lord has servants everywhere. Yeah. What else there, Lalita?
Yeah, nothing. I try to find Facebook to help comments, but I see your video of yesterday when I click on Facebook. So
yeah,
I need to find out
comments. I don't see. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see this. Yeah. So anyway, it's just something to take note of, and because Lord Caitanya started preaching like that when he noticed these things. He said, associating intimately with materialists. And a materialist could be a salvationist too, intimately. I mean, you could talk to them, try to help them if they want. But the intimate thing, it pollutes the heart and it makes it weak, hard to chant. You become weakness of heart. And this is what I realized, because I got picked up some of that. And I thought, why my heart's like this? It's like, And then I started chanting, and the Lord came in and showed me all this stuff, how the Lord gives us the strength, this closeness with God, this closeness with the super soul, this closeness with Krishna. It's all, this is our strength. And anything in the way of that is an obstacle. I mean, if you want this strength, if you want to be strong, I do. Yeah. I don't want to be weak. I mean, I like having the strength of God in my life. It feels fantastic. Literally feeling transcendental feelings. And these Christians, man, they're all mixed up. They still have them feeling like, there was one lady I talked to. It's still, it's not all transcendental feelings. It's mixed in material feelings, all kinds of stuff, man. Material, mundane. They have some kind of purification, but this is Lord Caitanya brought pristine here. You get hooked on it. I'm hooked on it. I only want pristine, man. You alloy people out there. You could be all the go and do good deeds and go take that path and go and mix everything and go be a salvationist. Yeah, go for salvation. Salvation is the ultimate goal of life. Yeah, that's fine for you. I'm not interested. I like this. I like this relationship with Lord Caitanya and all the realizations I get and the great feelings, transcendental feelings of rapture and closeness and realizations every day, that you get here. And I don't think there's another place on the planet where you can associate with people that are on that page. That's how, but you see, I could see how you could muck it up really easily. Any materialism, that's what the Lord taught this. I mean, it was a very high teaching. But because he knew, he wanted to show us, oh, well, you want this jewel, you got to protect it. You want an intimate relationship with Krishna, you got to protect that relationship. That's being his father and mother, because he's in our hearts, man. You want that relationship, gopi relationship, sometimes they protect the Krishna. He's in our hearts. Is that protecting going and intimately associating with materialistic people and weakening your heart? That he, because of our closeness, he cleans to such an extent you just burst through the platforms of alloyed devotional service, with mixing in good deeds and everything. That's the Bible, man. Look, you can read it. It's mixed in with being following the rules and regulations as a means. Mixing it with your love of Christ and the rules and feeding the homeless and doing all these good deeds, all mixed. Yeah, go ahead, Lalita. What?
I don't think that was what Jesus brought when he said, feed the hungry. It's about give them the spirit.
Yeah, but after, see, people do devotional service by what they hear and their level. Even here, people do, you're listening and sometimes not fully listening, and you're thinking, disagreeing maybe in your mind, certain things. So you're not really fully hearing yet, but that's part of, part of purification. You come as you are and you just start the journey. And I could say the same thing, Jesus. If you want to follow me, you pick up your cross, whatever that is, man, and you just go down the road in this Sangha. I have mine, you have yours. Mine's more easy now, but I've been carrying my cross. Everybody, we got to carry our cross, whatever that is. Maybe you're too attached to the mode of goodness, like some here, and I don't know. Well, that's your cross, man. Just keep going down the road, keep listening, keep getting purified. Or you're attached to Brahman and all this Brahman bliss bullshit, you gotta, that's your cross, man. Maybe you got a family. Some people have family life, very deeply attached to family life, and keeps them from coming here regularly. Well, it's your cross, man. You associate intimately, even with a family member. You associate with your husband or wife, and they're not into this much, and you pick up their heart, man. It'll weaken your heart, and that's your cross, man, till you figure it out. That's why I'm talking. I know I just go meet a person, and I go have little intimate talks, about just life and this, and have a cup of coffee, and boom, right? My heart is, That's why I gave up this associated with the other person. Not interested. Oh, okay, well, fine. Go follow your path, man. God bless you. Yeah, it's great. The super soul is stronger than me because he's inside. That's what I'm always amazed. The super soul is amazingly strong because he's associating with all those people and not falling down. That's how powerful that God in everybody's heart is. He's associating with Klaus Schwab and the demons and all that stuff, lizard people, whatever they are. He's not falling down. That's how strong. That's why we need that communication with that super soul that's in the demon's heart. I can't, I'm just, I'm here on the outside. I have to, keep the channel open to keep that strength in there. And if I got to do it, you don't think you guys got to do it? That's why my ex-wife, Maravirya, Meena, still aren't back yet because they didn't have strong enough bhakti. I fell into what they did, but I'm back and they're not. That's how strong this Maya is. Yeah, that's why I go into these things. It's like going on the front lines, man. and then communicating, hey, I made it back, didn't get too wounded, man, and my Lord cleaned me up. And that'll become more and more like you. You're also going to the battlefield, and so you get to take a few arrows, and then you come back, and the Lord cleans you up, and you get more realizations. It's like everybody that leaves, when they come back, then the realizations come. That, oh yeah, that's, oh wow.
That's it. Yeah, the realizations are here in the Sangha because of the ecstasy and because of the cleaning.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
the cleaning. This is a very rare place. Very rare. I remember I got into Eckhart Tolle for like about 3 months, when I left Krishna. I thought, I got this idea in my mind. Well, look at all these Vaishnavas. They all wanted to be, they're all fighting each other. This must not be the right plan. So I went to Eckhart Tolle, and I was, these satsang, listen for an hour and a half every day. Wow, this is great and everything. And then I got one verse from Chaitanya Leela. I read one verse one day. I was carrying this book I never read for like 3 months, I had it in my backpack. It was in Goa. And then I thought, why don't I just read this book? And I just read one friggin' verse. And boom, cleaned it all off. I realized, what the hell have I been doing with my time? Studying all this bullshit. See, Bhakti awakened, and that was the protection. But who has that? That's why the Mayavadis stay like that, where people come here and they become Christians. Sometimes they stay in that for God knows how long. But if you come back, then you'll get the deeper realizations and it'll protect you. Yeah, I mean, we got a mission here, man. This is what the Lord brought is deep level bhakti here. That's why you see, as soon as he goes, the contaminations come into the disciplic line. God knows after Jesus left, how it started to change a bit. Yeah. So anyway, we got powerful bhakti here, powerful method here. The Lord's with us, helping us. So I'm taking advantage, man. It's great. Take advantage of Krishna. Then you won't have to take advantage of the living entities out there and try to get life and energy from them, I got an unlimited source. As long as I keep the connection clean and clear, see, unlimited source of energy. That's the teaching here. Then you won't have to be like the demons, and the demigods are like that. They're drawing energy from people because they don't have a good channel, clear channel. Even Christians. That's why they're a bit weakened because of that. Still, it's like some muddy, the waters are muddied. See, so, they just keep that channel clear and all be well. Come here regularly. Look at Fanny. This is because she has connection, deep connection and faith in what's the value of this. And Krishna gives her that insight. See, seek and take advantage of the strength. See, the strength is here. It's inside. As we're all here for that. And when you're faithful and you got a good connection, simple, boom, the Lord protects you. Then the verses, see, I get so much strength here. Yeah, of course, Sadhu Sangha, the Lord works through Sadhu Sangha. He's working in the churches. He's doing the best he can. Okay? But we're really fortunate. We got this gold without alloys, where whatever's in there is getting, cleared off. Oh, okay. Let's see. I had to say that for some reason. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I got chapter 1 up here. Lord Advaita Charya. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila chapter 1, verse 12. Advaita Charya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu. No. 11. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the feet of Nityananda Ram. No. Verse 12. Lord Advaita Charya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. Because he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord he's called Advaita. And because he propagates the cult of devotion, he is called Acharya. He is the Lord and the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore, I take shelter of him. This way, even if you look at the Christians, they really, they're afraid of the devil or they're against the devil. Well, there you go. You see, that's the essence that they don't know. The devil is a devotee of the Lord doing a work here in this world. See? He creates the world with the actions of Maya. Maya is illusion. See, he creates everything as a reflection, all these things in here through the actions of Maya. But then he's got the other side. He comes here to give us the other side. We're here to give the other side. See? This is how we get out of the Maya that's created. So you could look at it also, the Lord is both the devil and the transcendental aspect of the Lord. He has this Mayic aspect and the transcendental. See? And the living entity, see, this is what we get. This is what I don't see people on other paths understanding. Even the 33-degree Masons don't understand it. They're all in the one eye thing. See? They're only looking through one eye. They don't see the full picture. They're looking through Lucifer's eye, right? Look, they see that eye ain't very good. Why would you look through that? It's like having a spectacle. You're only looking through the spectacle. Isn't it funny how the Lord teaches through everything? They think the one eye is the all-seeing eye. What are you talking about? Why do we have two eyes? You see better with two eyes, right? See, we got two eyes and a brain in between there. See, and see everything. The two eyes out there, right? And inside, like this. See? In between there is the brain, is the pineal, everything, the chun, the heart, the throat. See, all in a line in between there. So you can be one way or the other. See, hypocrisy is you speak on both side tongues. You're not one side or the other. That's why Jesus said, be hot or cold. Hate me or love me, but don't be, lukewarm. Be one side or the other. See? So we choose this side. See? We told Advaita side. Why? Because that's why he came here. He came here. I take his teachings, man. Why wouldn't I take his teachings? He clarified what Christians don't understand. They're still hating the devil, trying to fight the devil. Why should I hate or fight the devil? I conquer the devil just like Jesus did. People don't even understand you. He just took side. He said, you live by the sword, you'll die by the sword. Why did he say that? He says, all I have to do is take shelter of the other side. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who he didn't explain, but, I'm sure he knew. He taught us how to do that. Started with that. Take shelter of the words of pure devotees, man. That's in the scriptures too. And if you got bhakti, you Christians, you want to get more free? Are you willing to listen or ready to listen? If not, I ain't going to spend my time, with people like that. I'd rather get, the fannies who from the world didn't go to church or any of these things, or Amy's, they just come and they just take the message. That's a secret. That's a secret for you Vaidhi Bhaktis, you Christians, you worldly people. Just come here and listen to this side of the truth, the pure truth, the inspiring truth, the ecstatic truth, the protective truth, the power of truth. You want to be strong in this world. You want to be clear. And you want to be neutral, because you see the Lord is, doing this. He's only doing that. Could you imagine if we get more people on this side? The Lord will say, it's like in Sodom and Gomorrah. The Lord says, I won't destroy it if I can get just maybe 5 friggin' people to look over on this side. But they wouldn't. So I said, well, what to do, People, they're creating, they're engaged in the Lord's Maya here in this world, creating and destroying the world. That's so the people that want to create and maintain, right? And the people want to destroy it. But what do devotees want to do? They just want to enter the kingdom of God, which they can do just by being on the path of pure devotional service and glorifying the truth and following the footsteps of Lord Caitanya, who said the religion of this age is remembering the absolute truth and reminding others of that. Okay? This is the workers are few in this regard, right? I'm not reminding people of religion. No, I'm going to remind you, hey man, you come here and you'll learn how to abandon religion because you'll be so connected with the truth that you'll have the protection. That's why, you'll be able to associate better than anybody else in the world with that transcendental Lord. Keep the channel clear and you'll stay strong and clear and ecstatic and happy. And you'll be a god or a goddess of fortune, because the fortune the Lord has, it's his pleasure to give you. Oh, you don't agree? Well, go out there and take shelter of Klaus Schwab. Go take shelter of Eckhart Tolle. Go take shelter of Radhanath and the New Age sayings if you don't agree and you don't like these truths. And you can't, okay, well, the Lord has, see, all paths lie upon the Lord like pearls on a string. No wonder it's going to take you many lifetimes to attain Krishna, because they even tell you it's going to take you many lives. See, you've got a second guru who said the same thing, right? Tripurari told his disciple, oh, it's going to take you so many lifetimes. Yeah, that's right. You follow his lead. You want him as your fearful leader? It'll take you many lifetimes. Narayan Raj, many lifetimes before you'll get by. I guess he doesn't have the power to deliver people. What? We're here to do that, man. We deliver the message. We teach people the way the Lord was teaching, remembering Krishna and the absolute truth and reminding others. No, you don't want this strength? Well, go out there and get weak, more or less weak, weakened. What could be done? I ain't going there. I'm gonna, how little children, they stay, they go run back to their mother and father, they go out a little bit and then they run back. That's me. They go out a little bit, run back. I know where the protection is. Because if you forget where to go, that's then you come under the illusion, and who knows how long that'll be. See, Mahamaya is forgetfulness of who you are, who you're connected to. Yeah, go ahead, Lalita.
Maya bites in your transcendental.
Oh, yeah, she does.
Bites it.
Yeah, that's her job. She's here to cover up the absolute truth. So, I mean, we're here to get uncovered, So, Yeah, so weakness of heart, man, you can overcome that here. That's. So, yeah, Lord Caitanya taught his devotees this. He was talking about this world is like a jungle. There are tigers and crocodiles and all kinds of wild animals. You think they're just in the forest? This whole world, he said, was a forest. And the tigers and jungles are these different philosophies and philosophers and paths and people who are following them, and you get into close association. You take them into your heart. You could see what gives you strength and what gives you weakness. Well, this gives me strength. I take this into my heart. Okay? Yeah. So you guys, if you're having problems, if you really analyze from that, you're probably taking into your heart. You're associating really intimately and closely with family members or the opposite sex, women or men, and I mean, taking it into your heart, see, and you get their weakness by association. It's all by association. Why do you think people are getting strong here? Because we're maintaining this relentlessly, rigorously. Have to. It's what the Lord talks about, the process of intense devotional service, he called it. Intensely following this path, not just, oh, I think I'll come today. No, you come here, you know, it's intense devotional service. Yeah. Great verse. Lord Advaitacharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world. Okay. See, he is non-different from Hari, the Supreme Lord. He is called Advaita. That's the true meaning when Jesus said, when you see me, you see the Father. He's non-different from Hari. You see the Father's mercy. You see the Father's real love. You see the Father's strength coming through because he's so close with the Lord. It's all about closeness. See, Adam and Eve, the story reveals that they lost that closeness because of the snake. The Maya represents the Mahas Maya, that other side, the actions of Maya. See, and by associating with the snake, listening to the words of the snake, see, listening to the worldly words, the reflection, and becoming attached, and you think, oh, this is the truth, is the outside, external, the world. Yeah, family, friends, money, wealth, all these opulences. See, and you get bonded and corrupted by them, see, and taken down by that because you don't have knowledge. You've lost your knowledge. You went into forgetfulness. See, Adam and Eve lost their closeness with the true word of God. See, you notice the snake talked to them. And what did the Lord say? Don't listen, don't bite of the tree from the apple. Don't eat the apple from the tree of what? Of knowledge, of good and evil. That's why we got to surpass the Brahman level, which is knowledge of good and evil. This is evil, mode of ignorance and passion. And this is good, the mode of goodness. Let's follow the good path. Let's be good people. Let's be regulative. See, that's still in the Maya. You got to go deeper and further. See, you got to associate with pure bhakti and pure devotional service. See, so both that apple there, two sides of the apple, you know, split it in half, good and evil. People are caught up in that. Christians are still caught up in that. See, even there, Jesus didn't fight, but they don't know that. They think it's about fighting. No, it's about praying, man. It's about chanting. It's about being close with the Lord and let the Lord do and bring people to that closeness. And we're on a battlefield with battles going on. What was Krishna and Arjuna doing when the battle was there? They were talking, right? Discussing the absolute truth. On the battlefield. That's what do we do? We're on the battlefield. What are we discussing? The absolute truth. Yeah. And this is how we fight it, actually. Because I'm no Kshatriya. I'm not a Kshatriya. Are you a Kshatriya? You want to go out there and, you know, and fight the AI technology here? That's 1,000 times materially smarter than any human being. Already. It's already taken over the world. It's already taken over. You know, one lady was, she was on TikTok. See, TikTok, if you want to know anything on the world, this is your last chance because TikTok they want to take it off already, the government, because they want everybody just to go into the dream, you know, that everything is okay. But anyway, this lady says, I can't believe it. And nobody knows what's going on practically. They're all living their life like everything is the same. I can't believe, how can this be? How can they not? They think everything is hunky-dory and, you know, everything is they're just going along with everything, you know, and they don't see what's going on. How can this be? Well, that's just how it is. Even in our Sangha, some people are like that. They don't even believe me when I say it. I say, well, you see, that's why, because the Lord shows who he wants to show. And even if you're not even, then you don't have to be necessarily spiritually like, a Christian or this or that. Even certain Christians, they're under the influence. They don't think anything is going on. There are no changes. And they just go along, whatever the government wants, I'll take the shot and everything. That lady, that I met yesterday, Christian, I said, did you take the shots? She says, yes. Was that bad? I said, yeah, well, it's the evil thing. It's, and she says, wow, I know. She says, after I did the 2 shots, I've been weak. I have to sleep more. I don't feel right. There's something not right. And that's not the first time I heard that. And I hear it on the internet all over the place, but I hear personally people saying that. Yeah. See, but a lot of people, even here, conspiracy theories, what is all this stuff? Yeah. It just is what it is. What are you going to do? But if anybody comes here, fabulous. Just stick here, and whatever needs to be revealed, the Lord will reveal it. But the main thing is you come here. Come here as long as you can, as long as you got. Why not, man? This is where the party is, isn't it? I mean, this is a party to me. Yeah. Come as you are. We'll do the best what we got. Hey, 23 people today. This is the last few days been like that. Where are these extra 3 people coming? I wonder who they are. Are you spies out there? Spying on what we're doing? Have you heard some of the criticisms Gohari has made? And you want to find out for yourself? Yeah. Okay. Because he is not, I just can't get over this verse. It's too good. Because he is not different from Ari, the Supreme Lord. Again, we need to find the Supreme Lord, right? Otherwise, you got some lesser lords over your life, man. Lord Fauci. They even call him Lord Fauci. You heard that? Lord Fauci. See, why? Because you accept his forked tongue. You accept him. Oh well, Fauci. They put him out. They put a clerical thing on him, something, because people religiously follow him. See, that's the way that we're built for this. We're built to hear. We're built to follow. See? We're built for that. We're built to follow. Who's your Supreme Lord? Oh, Fauci. Oh, Trump. There's a guy in India worshiping Trump. It was amazing. I was in Goa and I saw this guy was putting garlands on him. He's an Indian guy. You know how they worship gurus and that. It was his supreme deity there. Was Trump, putting garlands on him and everything. He had full faith in Trump. See, we're worshipers. We're built to worship. Don't tell me anybody saying they don't. Oh, I'm not true. I'm sovereign. I'm on my own. Yeah. What do you? Yeah. Where do you get your knowledge and stuff like that? Well, I take a little here, a little there, and I put it all together. See, that's your God. You get a lot of speculations. You put it all together, man. And then you're all over that. You're all over that. It's kind of a high you get from speculation. You can ask Tom. There's kind of a high in that. You float up in the atmosphere there. It's kind of a buzz. You get a buzz. Speculation buzz.
That's not our high.
No. I used to get buzzed when I went to the Narayan Raj group. I felt like buzzing bees from that. Zzz. There's a buzz. I mean, that's why people go. They go for the buzz, like Lalita said yesterday about the buzz she got from Radhanath. We're like buzzing bees looking for the buzz, the greatest buzz. And that's our thing here. We're going to conquer everything because we're going to show you the greatest buzz is the Lord. Buzz around Lord Chaitanya's truths. Go ahead, Lalita. What?
The buzz of Radhanath didn't last longer than 1 second, really.
Really? 1 second? Oh,
1 second, not longer. Finished.
Yeah. Yeah, once you get clean and clarified by this path, then I would, because a lot of people, they say, "Whoa, this person's so great," and everything. And I go and listen to them. I focus, and then I just listen to what goes in the heart. Got to check it. Is this clean and pure? The heart is a great like instrument for like a checker. You can check things out. And if it starts to burn, because everything it burns, that's not purifying. If you're used to the Lord appearing there, it's purifying. And then anything that goes on the cloth of your heart, it shows up. And you look, that's what I do. And I test things like a scientist. Is this really pure? And I would listen to Radhanath. I go, okay, everybody says he's great and he's humble pie. I go, focus, listen. And I felt in the heart, no, this ain't it. It ain't for me. A lot of people think that's for them, the buzz, they think, whoa, I get a high, Narayan Raj, the same thing. I listened and
It needs to rise, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. Something rises, but it's like there's all these unlimited energies. That's why Jesus said, "I'm the true vine." So you need to, and so in our line, we call it a branch. Same thing. You connect to the branch that's connected to Lord Caitanya. That's how it works. Otherwise, there's so many of these branches where they're like considered weeds. See, they're around the creepers of pride and all this. Now, people think that's it, all these different energies and mixtures and alloys and all of that. Yeah. That's another reason why we need these books. You see how it keeps you right on the philosophy and the Siddhanta. Oh yeah, Tom asked, what is Siddhanta? That's the information, that's the knowledge in these accumulated knowledge in this disciplic line from very high level devotees that have all these they share their revelation and realizations, even not just starting with Rupa and Sanatan and the Goswamis, because they took what was accumulated, the best of the Shastras, and brought it forth, compiled it. And we have a lot of that. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Because after they left, a lot of the Brahmins who were not really very Brahminical, they used it as firewood to ignite their fires in Vrindavan. They used the manuscripts of the Goswamis. Shows you how much they wrote. We still have a lot, but is there a question there? Great question, Lalita. Yeah. Okay. Okay, who's coming on now? Somebody's. Oh. See, he propagates the cult of devotion. He is called Acharya. He is the Lord and incarnation of the Lord's devotee. Therefore, I take shelter of him. See, that's the instruction. Because he is the Lord and the Lord's devotee. So the representative is like, I take shelter. How do you take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master? You take shelter of their word, their experience. Their realization. And it's not, and they prove that it's not speculation because they show you in the Shastras and scriptures the essence is there that they realize. See, it's in the vision of the revealed scriptures. See, those who have the mercy of Lord Caitanya, see, even a fool can get the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Do you have it in this life from being with real devotees, or do you have it from a previous life by being with real devotees? And if that's so, then you come here, as soon as you get the books and everything, the Lord will awaken. Just like now, you guys, if you came back it would just awaken, just like it does now. You've bound devotion in this world. You pick up the books, you feel it. You don't think that's what you take with you. That's your real wealth. That's the real wealth for anybody in this world that you take with you. Klaus Schwab has to drop his gold and all that stuff here. But he's got none of this. He's a poor man. Bill Gates, you're a poor man. Trump, you're a poor man. All you guys that you're worshiping out there, you're poor people because you're worshiping poverty-stricken beggars. You are poor people worshiping Radhanath. Well, let's just name them all. Radhanath, you're still poor. Maybe you have some riches, like you at least know about Krishna and you have some faith, but he's poor still. He's not engaged in pure devotional service. From his mouth is not coming pure devotional conceptions. From his words, they're taking down. There's contamination there. You need a guru, as the book teaches. The book Bhagavat and devotee Bhagavat same. You should be able to hear from a devotee Bhagavat and check it in the book, the essence they say, and more is given to you. They clarify the book that you can't understand from Radhanath and Jai Pataka and all that Acharya Devs. They clarify that. What's so wrong for me to say the truth? Didn't I clarify the preaching of Radhanath? And then you say, wow, that's true. It's not in the book. It's not in Prabhupada's books, that preaching. Shouldn't it be? If you're a guru, a spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, bringing people to Radha and Krishna, you think Radha likes inconclusiveness? Yeah, she ain't close to that. She goes away. All right, that's the teaching. I'm just teaching. The Lord Caitanya taught that. Hey, Swaradhamanar, you're a girlfriend of Radharani. You check these realizations, just like I'm checking the realizations of these people. Oh, he would get angry. Oh, I don't want to hear any speculation from the devotees who are trying to reach the transcendental level. You check it, Swaradhamanar, and then you correct it and show these people. Isn't that what I'm doing? You show it to me. I'm looking, and I correct it, and I show it back to you if you want to look at it. If you don't want to look at your speculations and your New Age philosophy, well, then you're in the darkness already, and you're taking your disciples, all in the name of Krishna. They ain't going back to Godhead. No wonder you preach the many lifetime paths, because it's going to take you that. Not taking my disciples and friends here. They're going right into the kingdom because they hear the clear, straight up truth that's checkable. And if you're afraid for your stuff to be checked, then there's something wrong. You got your fear. You're worshiping in fear, and you got fearful disciples. See, and all they can do is, like the one devotee said, they send a hit squad to shut the person up. Wow. That's the whole thing with how Maya works. You got to shut up the truth, just like the world. That's why I abandoned religion, man. I don't want any part of it, man, because it's just as political. It's worse. It's easier to see a materialist than a religious hypocrite. They send the hit squad, just like these politicians send hit squads, man. They do the same bullshit, man. And as a matter of fact, they say the Vatican is the worst. They're worse than the government. Everything comes, you got to, that's where the poison is, man. The head of the snake. Religion, see? They know that's the best way. Politics, you can control people to a point, but the Vatican control you worship the Vatican, man. They get you to worship the one eye there. The hypocrite, the supreme hypocrite is religion. It's like, what do you think Christians is? Abandoned, or I just take care of truth. Truth will keep you free. Go ahead there, Lalita. What?
You say abandon religion, but then you have those who abandon religion for years and years, and who are Rhythmics because they do it all alone.
Yeah.
But they will not arrive anywhere. They've got to surrender unto Satchitananda. They've got to surrender unto the bona fide spiritual master from whom prema emanates, because otherwise They think they abandon religion and then they are there, but they need this guidance. They need to be saved from this ignorance. Absolutely.
Yeah, this abandoning religion, they didn't abandon religion because they're speculating. Religion people speculate. They're not real authorities. They're not experienced devotees. They can't speak like this or show like this. This is truth, man. This is the best representative of truth, representation of truth is our Sangha here that I've ever seen in Vaishnavism or in religion or in Christianity or in any of them. They still interested in the symbols and the what do you call it, the rituals. Even that lady there that's got realized everything, she was trying to convince me the power of rituals, that I should be doing rituals. Oh, really? I said, I don't give a shit about rituals. I don't need them anymore. She says, well, you got to, the holy days. Well, holy day, every friggin' day is a holy day. Didn't you hear the preaching of St. Paul? See, they don't even understand their own Bible, and they try to preach to me. Then she said, I think you're holding back from me. I said, you're right, because you couldn't take, I told her this directly. I said, you couldn't take what I know and understand and experience. That's why, yeah, you're right, I'm holding back. You know?
You're like Jesus?
Gee whiz, what do you expect? She says, God, I think you're holding back. Yeah, you're right. You wouldn't be able to take. I won't even show her a video because, she'd freak out. You're like, go mad. They're like, I tell you, these Christian, even the ecstatic ones, ones in that Fort Dwayne there, that Matt, they're all trying to, don't it's any other philosophy. There's only one Jesus Christ is God and the Son of God, and all their other speculations. Now he's into fighting the thing. He's going to rain hell and brimstone on him. Now he's turned into the fire preacher, the hell and brimstone preacher. Changed his tune. Before he was the greasy grace, it was greasy grace, he calls it. He calls it himself, greasy grace, Yeah, I was too greasy. And then I had a vision. The Lord said, rain the fire of, hell and brimstone on the world. So we'll see how that goes. I keep tabs on things. I like to, it's good for preaching, man. Yeah. See, therefore I take shelter of him. Take shelter of the devotees in this line, and you're going to be blessed. And you'll see it from your own life. If you wholeheartedly take shelter here, look at Lolita, look at River, look at Fanny, look at Amy. I mean, do you see how they express it? Shamaguri, a lot of devotees. Look at so many of Govinda, blah, 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 on and on and on. Look at that. We're not perfect. None of us are perfect, but look how much happiness we have being here on this path, how much protection, how fortunate we feel. What do you think being a goddess of fortune is? You feel fortunate, man. You feel blessed and you bless others. Bhaktitam. God brought the devotee, and the devotees brought Krishna. Yeah, the devotees bring you the real Krishna. Or you can get, if you want to mix Krishna, the mixed God, then you go to a Christian's. It's a mixture, they're not conclusive. They're not, they don't have the simple concept the Lord takes many different forms. They don't know this. Like the lady yesterday said, you believe in the gods of India. They worship so many gods. No, there's only one God. Many people know this. Not everybody. Just like Christians, they have all these different sects and everything. But the truth is, there's one God, but he has different forms, many forms. Can you identify his different forms? I can identify that. God, man, I have so much Siddhanta that I got with this connection with this amazing line that I can identify the Lord in all his forms. I can identify the Lord in the form of a bug, an ant. I wouldn't worship the ant per se, But that's one of his a temple for him. You don't want to become an ant. You don't. That's why let's get the hell out of this thing. Who wants to become an ant again and work for the queen of Maya? You know, all she does is put you to work. You see those poor ants? They're like people in the world. You know, they put you to work. You know, to do on the ant farm. You know, mindlessly. You know, you just Fauci says to do this, I do that. You know, the government says to do this, I do that. Like ants, you know, it's the queen. See, even the illusion is showing you the truth that we have to be under authority. Who's your authority? Well, hey man, I'll take these verses as my authority, man. I surrender to those who are non-different than Hari, who preach the cult of devotion. Well, that's Prabhupada, man. That's Rupa Goswami. That's our line. Okay? That's the realized souls. You show me a living one that can prove it, I'm surrendered. Yeah, I know the signs of somebody where the Lord is living in their temple, especially in a purer way, a purest way. Okay? So you come here, you learn all these things. Yeah, because I learn from these things. That's why I love these verses. These verses are my life and soul. They're my shelter. They keep me on the beam, man. They keep me on this side, on the supreme personality of Godhead side, his transcendental qualities, his transcendental knowledge, his transcendental philosophy. That's perfect. I take shelter of even verses in the Bible that are mixtures. I don't take shelter even verses in the Vedas that have some mixtures. Have you noticed those? Do you feel, I don't feel happy mixing in the verses. It's everywhere there's going to be some mixtures. But if you got a strong connection with the heart, you'll get the essence of the Bible, the essence of the Vedas. You become a swan, like Prabhupada even taught. A chakravaka bird, you can pick up the water, the pure water from the moonbeams. Well, that's in the scriptures. That's in the Bible, man. That's in the Vedas. But there's all this other stuff in them too. That's why, again, you need a living guru. Their hearts are, blessed are the pure in heart. They shall see God in the scriptures. They'll see what God loves in the scriptures most. And you'll see the external thing, for the beginners. You see how you can tell beginner, they come here, what is he talking about? I don't understand. Let's go to the temple and worship the deity. Man. Let's go get some good eye exercise. We'll look at the flowers and all that stuff. Let's go hear the speculation on Bhagavad Gita, the speculating these gurus. Let's go listen to these gurus. They'll deliver us. If you're lucky, you get a pizza delivered from them. Yeah, you got to watch out, man. If you're not watching out from anybody who has a leadership position, you should be suspect. You should be suspect here. You should be observing here to see if Gohari is corrupted or not, or corruptible. Really. Honestly, you need this. Prabhupada said this philosophy is for intelligent people. You must become intelligent. You got to see, is Gohari corrupted? Is he corrupted by the donations he gets? Of course, he gets millions of dollars, right? Is he corrupted by? Is he corrupted by the cup of coffee he drinks? I added it up. I don't even drink a full cup of coffee, even though I make 2 cups a day. I'm always left, usually not always, with a half a cup left. I'll be damned, Krishna's put me on a fast. I didn't even know I was fasting from coffee. Down to half a cup on both sessions. Taking my beer away, don't even want a beer, man. I have half a bottle of wine in there for months. I haven't drank it. I didn't even want it, man. I'm saying, when is it going to day? Have a little pot left over from you know who, and still in the drawer, still there after months. Almost, yeah, it's amazing. See, God, he does everything. It's amazing. You know, it's going to have me, I'm going to put on a, what do you call it, a sannyasi thing pretty soon. Yeah, that's why I love this path. Everything is nice, automatic. You can be natural. Just be here, man. Just stay here. Stay in the fire. Get, you know, maybe you step out of the fire, but come back and be clean. Get cleaned up. Okay? So I take shelter. Therefore, I take shelter of him. See? So that's the door, man. The door is those who represent that, a living devotee especially, if you're lucky. Otherwise, all you have are the scriptures, right? All you have are mixed ministers, and you know, very rare you find whose hearts are cleansed, you know, good, so that you get a good, clear message. Okay? So until then, you take shelter of the book until somebody comes along, right? That's all you can do. And then just pray that you can recognize them. You know, Narada Muni's going around here. How many people you think listen to Narada Muni or can recognize him? You think these ISKCON devotees could recognize Narada Muni coming here? What, can't you recognize? You couldn't recognize it, because if he revealed himself, you would see one ecstatic person chanting the holy name in ecstasy. If they can't recognize us, how would they recognize Narada Muni, who's ecstatic like that and preaching like this? Because we also have that ecstasy. We're actually a family member there. That's who we're going to be, like that. We'll be like that, and probably more, because we have Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Well, not more, because he also has. He was Srivas Pandit. See, he got Lord Chaitanya's mercy. So. Yeah, see, it's all by association, man. You know, man, there are devotees of Lord Ram like Anupam and Morari Gupta, especially Morari, because he had a lot more association with Lord Chaitanya. And he got not only worship of Ramachandra, and he was strongly fixed in that, but he also, the Lord said, he said, you can also worship Radha and Krishna because of his association with Lord Chaitanya. That's why I can worship Radha and Krishna. That's why Lalita can worship Radha and Krishna. We got the mercy of Lord Gaur. Otherwise, we can't do it with feeling, with realization. She couldn't be reading Govinda Lilamrita in ecstasy and such happiness. This is all because of Lord Gaur. Somehow or other, I had a relationship. I knew that from the beginning. I remember when I came to the temple, I remember just like yesterday. I came to the temple and I picked up Chaitanya Charitamrita, and I said, my God, I was looking for my tribe my whole life, and everybody is actually. And I said, this is where I belong. I belong with these persons. I can so much relate to them. And it was the very first days. Nectar devotion, all the descriptions of the feelings of devotion. Wow, I found a book that explains these things. Where did that come from? See? Previous lives. You have relation, you feel the relation. That's why this is going on. That's why you guys got this bhakti, man. That's why devotees have to be sent. Yeah, Bhakti Vinod, he recognized Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's why we have it. He not everybody recognized Chaitanya Charitamrita as a holy book. He did. He read it and he felt like I felt. Anubhav, the highest level of devotion awakened in his heart. And he knew this is God, man. This is God's greatest contribution coming through Krishnadas Kaviraj. That's the verses I'm reading here. And one verse is full of energy and life and truth and importance, supreme importance. I can't get over one verse. It's like Bhaktisiddhanta would take one verse and do like this. You want to see what Bhaktisiddhanta did? It's like this. Why? Because same potency here, the same connection with that Lord, that it is inspired by his own words. That's why he comes as a devotee, to be inspired by his own words, like a devotee is. That's why he thinks his devotees have a better deal than him. That's why he came as a devotee, and we do. My disciples have a better deal than you think I got being guru. No, you got a better deal. You got a living person here that is about the scriptures, man. You like Arjuna listening. Krishna would have liked to be like Arjuna. Well, actually, in a sense, he is. But still, it's why the Lord comes as in the mood of a devotee. I want to taste this mood of being a devotee. That's why this is the greatest treasures, to be a devotee. That is the most important person in God's life. The true Lord, the Lord of everybody that's in everybody, is his devotee. For one devotee, he will save this world, this universe. One devotee, he saved this universe. For Prahlad, he liberated the universe from the Hiranyakashipu. Only because of Prahlad. One. Vasudev Dat. That's why we're going to save this universe, because of the desire of Vasudev Dat. We're doing our little bit here. Because of his desire, the Lord said, that's very easy for me. It's only one little mustard seed. Look at the Lord in us. Look what he's doing here. 23 steady people here. That's a lot to hear this philosophy as it is. And you know how I speak. You know how angry I can get. And to get 23 people here is a miracle. You're seeing the kind of moods that Lord Caitanya was showing here. Then you read the book and you'll see, wow, God, what's going on here, man? That looks like, And 23 people, that's a miracle to get 23 people, because people get bewildered by such stuff. They think it's, well, he's just mad, he's just an angry person, yeah. Yeah, but look at my hand. Steady as a rock. You know when a person's angry, right? Look at this hand. Steady as a rock, right? You see any fluctuation? Well, a little bit like this, but not much. It's age. I told that lady yesterday, I said, yeah, I'm 69 years old. Her eyes dropped. I think she had some other intentions, because all of a sudden everything changed. She says, really? She went like this. Oh, I thought you were only 55. I said, yeah, a lot of people say that. I said, why did I say that, man? I should have let her under the... No, it's actually good I said that. It protects me, actually. What I needed to say. All of a sudden, the thing shows you people have their design. See, there's no pure anything in this world, man. People got their intentions. Thank you, Lord. You made me say the right thing. Saved me a lot of grief. It's funny, I don't feel like 69, man.
Krishna keeps you young.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Next verse. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is non-different from his features as a devotee. See, features as a devotee, people think, like the deity, the features of the is that he's non-different. What he's no. The features of a devotee, the feature. What's featured? What's being featured? Oh, they're preaching. They're ecstasy. These are features. These are the ornaments of real devotees. The ornaments of Radharani, you think are the bangles? No, it's the bang you get from being around a devotee, and that has ecstasy. The features of a devotee? What are the features of you, Radhanath, and you, Acharya Dev? What, you think that the intellectual understanding or the speculations in New Age philosophy are features of a devotee? No, people need to know I'm here to teach Chaitanya Charitamrita information. The features of a devotee are their ecstatic love. That's why I have to yell here. You don't seem to understand out there. Features of a devotee, their ecstasy, their uncommon Krishna conscious understanding because of their ecstatic worship. The power of the devotees to transmit this, to awaken other souls, the features of a devotee that you don't get from direct worship of the Lord. That's why the Lord says, those are the devotees and disciples of my real devotees. Get real bhakti. They're my real devotees, right? You know who Krishna is, right there, River, Lalita, you know the real Krishna. See? That means that verse is in force here. That means this is the manifestation of the verse. The devotee Bhagavat must be. Can you show that, Radhanath? How about you, Jaipataka? The features of a devotee to communicate ecstatic devotion and awaken them like Lord Caitanya did, like Nityananda had a lot of followers, didn't he? And they were all ecstatic. Well, at least the advanced ones. So I hear we got some that are advanced. You know, you came in for this. That's why you knew when you found it, man, this is what I was looking for. Boy, Gohar, that gets so bold. I can't help it. These things, they come into my heart and it just embolden me.
Shout the truth, Guru Maharaj. The world is not used to hear the truth. Shout the truth.
See, Krishna had to aim his truth at Arjuna because nobody could take it practically. See, he was a devotee and his friend and non-envious. And then he hit the world. Look, we're all reading Bhagavad Gita. Same thing with the preaching of Jesus. He could tell his intimate disciples that, and he aimed at them and it hit the whole world. He said, shout from the rooftops what I told you. It's the same here. I can only preach like this because you're my friends and my disciples. And you accept me, even in my moods. Otherwise, I couldn't preach. I would have to hold back like I did with that lady yesterday. She picked it right up. You're holding back. I said, you're right, man. And I told her that I was waiting for an opportunity. She says, you're holding back. Yeah, you're right, man. Lucky for you. A lot of things I would like to say. Didn't Jesus always say a lot of things I would like to say, but you just couldn't bear it, man. Still, Christians can't bear it. This lady couldn't bear it yesterday. No way I could tell her these things, man. They're still hobbling along, in their paths. But you never know, maybe gradually. It's it's all of us are like that to some level. We're learning to trust God to whatever we can comprehend. It's a big thing. For us to get to this point, even, it's a big thing. So we're here to help others, and we have to, help. Like the Lord is helping us to, deal with us in learn to build trust, like in relationship. So we got to do that also in the world, in our preaching. Build trust. So non-different and features as a devotee, devotional incarnation. See, devotional incarnation, that's we need to see what is a devotional incarnation. A devotee who has devotion and is spreading devotion and teaching about devotion. Okay, thank you there. Yeah, teaching devotion, spreading devotion. Devotional incarnation. So the Lord sees non-different from that. So you got to see non-different and difference, because the Lord, that's why a real devotees realize not a Maya body. Even though they are non-different from the Lord, they preach in the position of a devotee. Even Lord Caitanya mostly did that, but not all the time, because he was also the Lord. He would tell his confidential devotees, see, he would talk to them. He could preach to them. We got that preaching. In a way, we're more fortunate than being back then, because not everybody heard all those pastimes or even believed in Lord Caitanya. But we have the most confidential discussions of Lord Caitanya in the form he could tell them, actually, I'm God. And that's the truth. And also came in as a devotee. See, he wanted to experience this position as a devotee and the height of the happiness of a devotee. Yes, especially Radharani, which is his greatest one. See, so he's non-different from his features as a devotee and devotional incarnation. Where is a devotional incarnation now? That should be the question. Where can I find a devotee? Is anybody hungry for God? Well, you got to follow the line of the verse. Where is a real devotional incarnation where you see real devotional energy? Because that is another feature of the Lord and the Lord's devotee. And the Lord shows everything in the devotee. He shows himself as Krishna. He shows himself as a devotee. The devotee now will take all positions. Has to. Who's going to teach real bhakti? Where is the Lord, Krishna? Where is his devotional features as a devotee? Where is the devotional energy? That's another feature of the Lord. Where is his devotees? All that is here in this Sangha. That's how we learn. Otherwise, we won't know this. We can't learn this. Krishnadas Kaviraj says the branch can take the work of all of the tree, and has to. Otherwise, we don't know what the tree is. You got to see that branch has to lead you to the trunk. Connect you to the trunk so that you know the trunk, right? What was the difference between that happening now and then, 550 years ago? Same. So the branch takes the work of the trunk and the branch, just like Lord Caitanya did. Just like Nityananda did. Just like their real followers do. Just like people connect, the followers of Jesus connect them to Jesus Christ. This is a disciplic line. That's why this is powerfully potent here. Because the real work of the Lord is going on here. What he really loves most, intimacy. You want intimacy with God? Well, the odds are tremendously in your favor coming here. Otherwise, you're on a many lifetime path. And your gurus even tell you that. I don't know. I just love these verses. I think they're everything. Why? Because my Lord thought they're everything. How can you know they're the glories of that unless you see somebody who considers these verses their everything, their life and their soul? That's how important these verses are. That's why it's not just a little bit of ecstasy awakening. You need some shiksha. You need this. God, man, why these books are here. Why? You think they're just some books. They're just, just like there's so many books. You go to the bookstore, so many books without any of these books. Can you imagine? That's how rare they are. You go try to find Prabhupada's books in any bookstore. They've taken away the bookstore. You can go on the online there. And these are the rare. Well, actually, there's a lot of this stuff online. Thank you for the devotees for doing that, continuing this. Unfortunately, their leaders, or they don't. We need some more devotee Bhagavats, who understand the books. You see how you need to move on. You see, Johan, he appreciated the books. Everybody here appreciated the books. Tom appreciated the books. Janaki appreciated the books. But now you come here, now you really appreciate. See, you go deep into them. You relish them. You taste them. The purity in them. The perfection in them. You see the glory in them. And why? It becomes apparent why you like these books. Why Janaki like these books? Why your husband is defending these books? They know intuitively to do that, but they can take more advantage if you come here. It's like Janaki, she didn't miss a class. She likes to hear these things. Hear those books glorified like this. Where are you going to hear that? If you don't like this kind of glorification of Prabhupada's books, it's because you're contaminated. Because you've been listening to the philosophy of Radhanath, to be honest with you. If I listened to that, I would also, that kind of thing. Couldn't even find Krishna in many of the verses. It's all about kind of Buddhist saying. That's that's where Vaishnavism is. It needs some work, man. It's our job to pull out the anarthas. Bhaktivinoda said, if you realize Krishna, your job, this is him saying this, Sri Krishna Samhita, your job, if you've realized devotion, is to pluck out the anarthas in your disciplic line. And I'm here to pluck out not just small work, I'm here to pluck out the anarthas in Vaishnavism and in Christianity too. Why not? Got the capacity, right? Got the mercy of Jesus and Lord Caitanya. I like it. I like being a double-barrel shotgun. Ever see double barrels? Bigger. Everybody, you're lucky if you have a single barrel, man. Packs a wallop, man, but you got a double barrel, man. Got two things come out of there, man. You ever get hit with a shotgun? Ooh, I never got hit. I don't want to, but I've seen them in the movies. And they blown against the wall. They go boom way back. It's a packs a wallop. That's the preaching here. That's why people get boom and thrown back on the wall, man. They never heard this kind of preaching. And never will in this lifetime unless they come here. I don't see it. You see anybody going to preach like this? You think any of these wimpy gurus can preach like this? How dare you call them wimps? Well, they have the qualities of that, They're very kind of weak, Go shake their hand. It'll probably be like this. No energy in it. I used to shake devotees' hands, because they're repressed, depressed, oppressed. They're like, the religion is Kamsa was that. He was a religionist, hypocrite. Forked tongue. Inside he was full of material thing, liked worship, liked authority, liked control, all that stuff that religionists have. See? And you're one of those. You're going to get some life and energy from these religionists. Yeah, you better come here, and then your hand will go like this. And you shake a person's hand. You feel that you're in your body, man, because God's in your body. You got energy in your body. You see? Energy in your preaching. How come I don't fall down into illusion from all these gurus I so-called criticize? To me, I'm just helping them. But to you guys who are under their influence, I'm not under their influence. I'm under the influence of the truth, man. The truth is my protector. I don't know about you guys. What, you like speculation as your protector? You like Radhanath's preaching as your protector? That's why I can point it out, man. That's not strength. The worst thing they can do is put a hit squad there to try to stop it. Here, the preaching of truth. That's who you're following. People that are in illusion, that are afraid of the real information coming out to make you strong, make you clear, make you ecstatic. Is that our fault? But I got to point out the illusion. I got to say, get you to the point where you're not afraid of illusion. See, what do you think fear? What do you think religionists are doing to you? Putting you in fear so you can't think like I think and like my disciples think who take shelter of the truth. Like even the disciples of Jesus thought, let's eat corn on the Sabbath. You can't even eat corn on the Ekadasi. You're so afraid your things, that all your things you've been conditioned to believe. Don't even think about my guru, because I can't think about him if I look and see that they're not really real, Let me just listen to them and obey. See, you can't think because you're in fear and oppression. That's what religion does. That's why the demons even take the position in religion, because they get control and they love fear, man. They love fear-mongering because it's their way of controlling others. You need a fearless devotee who can just point out the truth. You think this is offensive to point out the truth, that these guys can't deliver you, and I can prove it? I prove it just by delivering people here. Delivering them who? The real Krishna, the real truth, the real ecstasy. And they can't even do it. Not even one of them can do it. And you don't think I have the right to point out their illusions for your benefit and theirs? To point out their blindness, that they're blind leaders and you're a blind follower for your benefit? I don't have to do this. I love to do this. I just love doing this, man. I'm here. I love doing my work, delivering people. Delivering them out of illusion, man. Why am I ecstatic every day in spite of saying that truth that you're afraid to say? You're afraid to say the emperor has no clothes. I ain't afraid to say Radhanath has no devotional clothing. I have not seen the ecstasy, which is the clothing of a devotee. I have not seen the conclusive truth come from his mouth, which is the clothing of a devotee, or the features of a devotee. Didn't you just hear the verse? Where are the features of a devotee? And one is bam, bam, truth will set you free, right? What is it, an empty word of Jesus? He meant it. And by golly, Gohar Das means it also. Look at this, we lost 7 people. Yeah, I don't blame them. It's hard to take this. You got to be a seasoned listener like Lalita and Tom.
Guru Maharaj, it's unbelievable actually how ignorant the world is, how ignorant people are. They are obedient to the lie and they revolt here. Because when they hear your preaching or mine, they are revolting.
Yeah. We're here to cause a revolution. Revolution has some conflict, right? That's why Krishna comes as the conflict time. That's why we come at the conflict time, to create the divine inner conflict. What divine, usually Maya just rolls right along and everybody goes with her, right? And we come here, the divine interrupt, man. We cause the conflict, the inner conflict. Jesus caused the inner conflict. Don't think, I can say the same thing. Don't think I came here to promote peace. I came here to promote war. Okay? That's what he said. I came here to promote the sword, to put father against. You notice the same thing here. Look at Lalita. I put her against her children. She was going right along. They loved her. Everything was hunky-dory. She had the kids. She was getting nice and burnt out, doing all the, taking care of the kids all day and all night, and God knows what else. And everybody was satisfied with her. And then she meets Goharidas and puts puts mother against daughter and father against, all that stuff goes on. Why? See, you're connected with the divine truth. We slice people away from the illusion. We slice you from it, so you can, otherwise the contamination pulls you into that. How else can you get out of this? It will slice you away from the Vaidhi Bhakti path and from that association, from gurus who are corrupted, many of them. They're just, by taking the name guru, you're just instantly corrupted, because that's not the truth, man. You're not a deliverer of the universe. You need to be a deliverer. Demigods have to be able to come to you and learn something. Demons have to come to you and learn something, where you're not, like polluted by the good and evil of this world. Polluted by good and evil. Yeah, it's a contamination. Even Prabhupada said in his books, Vaidhi Bhakti is a contamination, much less good and evil. You can't really appreciate by being contaminated these things. You actually have to have the Lord cleanse. We have the Lord coming here cleansing us every day. And you're not good with that. You don't want to be cleansed. You don't want your impurities to come out. You want to keep them inside? Well, stay out there, man, because I'm not interested. I don't want, I'm here for people who want to be cleansed. Time is short, man. Jesus knew that when he was here, he was doing a phenomenal work. He said, yeah, go give the message, and if they don't listen, move on. Shake the dust as a warning. I do the same thing. I shake the dust. That's how I shake the dust. Dust. You're not interested in the message? Okay, well, we'll move on. You can't save everybody at the same time, What are you going to do, man? People got all kinds of ideas in their minds and different paths they're attached to. But look, people coming here, right? Taking shelter here, I talk to. Yeah. Yeah, this philosophy, actually, there was some guru that mentioned the way this works is you got to take shelter of the mother. You got to hold on to the mother and the father, see, in spiritual life. You hold on, and then you're held by the like very much like a lion. A lioness carries her cubs, but the cub has to hold on, or the monkey has to hold on to the mother. So you got to do that here. You got to hold on here, and then you're held. But if you let go, then there's nothing to hold on. See, you let go, so I can't hold you. But if you come here and you hold on to this preaching, to this ecstasy, to this association, then you will be held by Krishna. That's how it works. That's how I am. And this is, it's come here. I'm held by the Lord because I come to associate with these amazing devotees here. If you don't think they're amazing, well, you're contaminated, man. Sorry. Even here, you got to get through. If you don't think these devotees are amazing and you look at their fault just by the fact that they're holding on, they're amazing, man. The Lord holds them because you're holding on. Just takes faith, faith in what's still going on here. Oh, this is a nice verse here. Oh, yeah, well, let's finish. Devotional manifestation. The devotional manifestation, there's a lot of manifestations here. There are all kinds of things. You guys are having dreams. That's a devotional manifestation because you come here. See, you're in this association. You have dreams. You have miracles happen during the day, during the evenings. Devotional manifestation, ecstatic devotion, realizations, revelations, all manifestations, right? Deep understanding. Yeah. The other one's good quality also. The pure devotee. See, pure devotee. That's there's a pure devotee and spiritual master. Spiritual master is has got a specific task, empowered to do that. Pure devotee it could be a disciple, could be just a pure devotee. They have the qualities of a pure devotee. They worship the Lord in ecstatic love. That's the Lord, comes as the pure devotee or as the spiritual master who's also a pure devotee. Purified devotee, soft, softened. Not externally perfect. Another thing I learned, that was a great learning experience yesterday. She's still in the guilt. I'm not good enough. You see, I'm not good enough. Oh, I see. You want to be good. See, you want to see. It's this is the contamination. You want to be good enough for God. See, you want to be a good boy or a good girl. I just want to be a good girl. No, the Lord's mind is the real mind of the Lord is to accept you as you are, just by your faith in Him. That's and He'll show His strength through your weakness. So you don't have to be anything special. Otherwise, you'll probably get corrupted. That goes for everybody here. You want the Lord to use you? Be yourself. Be natural. Pray, chant, be with devotees, and all will be well.
I respect the chosen one.
Yeah. Yeah, and not only that, the chosen ones, there's not just one here. You guys are chosen ones that have ecstatic love. The Lord has chosen you to manifest in your temple. Sometimes even that you have to figure out, because a lot of devotees, well, look at these bad qualities. They're not good enough, So the purification goes on. We're all learning. It's great. Might as well, you've got to do something in the world. Might as well learn the essence of how to be devotee and get more purified. And just, it goes on and on. And here's the last one. Pure devotee and devotional energy. See, devotional energy is the ecstatic devotion, but not only that. The devotional energy is that power, is that word, that's devotional energy, man. Matter of fact, devotees get energy from conclusive understanding. It's a devotional energy. It's actually Radha and Krishna are the complete form. See, the love for what? The conclusive truth. These verses is the Lord's manifestation in the form of a book, which is so beautiful, so amazing, so rare. Look what it's done for me. I could imagine if I just stayed a Christian, and I probably wouldn't, because I didn't like what I see there, the way Christians were. I just never, and the empty churches there, and then you got the ecstatic Christians that have all these motives and all. I don't know, I just wouldn't stick with it. And a lot of them don't stick with it either. They end up going to something else, or the world, or back into Buddhism. Just like, obviously, some of these gurus are doing that because they speak like Buddhists. They speak like New Age people. Obviously, they're not doing pure Krishna consciousness. Do you get anything like other than that here? Do you see how I love these verses? Do you see how I preach these verses? Do you see I don't need to take any props like New Age philosophy, or anything. Say, we just use them for preaching. Go ahead, Lily. What?
Yeah, you're not mixing with mundane things or with low preaching, not at all. This is so fulfilling. This has everything. Why would we take shelter or trying to find knowledge somewhere else? No, this is complete. They should do the opposite, actually.
See, we got to have examples. See, because you worship the Lord with ecstatic devotion, you can appreciate this. People who are mixed devotees, and there's so many. We're here to help them, help those who are ready for the help, because the Lord knows. Look, it's quite a few people coming here, quite a few. And so, and more will come. It just, the purification, I spent 20 something years to an empty camera practically. And this has got to this point. You don't think it's going to be progressive with the way this preaching is progressive for me and for many of you. This ecstasy is progressive for me and many of you. You don't think this is going to help the world? You don't think we're doing a big thing for the world just by, playing with Krishna? This is playing with Krishna, man. Playing with, how the baby children, they have toys, right? They play with the tinker toys and they build things and all. What do you think we're doing? We're like, like in Vrindavan, playing with the toys. What are the toys of the Lord and the devotees? The philosophy, the truths, discussing them, building, bridges. We're building bridges for people. Being happy. Look at how happy Lalita looks and Tom looks, hearing these discussions. It's like we're just sitting in Vrindavan playing with our toys and delivering the world at the same time. Anybody can be delivered. Look at the message coming. I'm amazed myself. The words that are coming, the ecstasy that's coming. You come here, you'll see these words will come true. You will feel delivered. You'll be a god and goddess of fortune. You'll make real, tangible spiritual advancement automatically. You'll please God in the greatest way. Sadhu Sangha is the greatest way, especially with this level of it. Krishna himself said the scriptures are Krishna, right? This is what he says. I'll just repeat what he says because it applies. He says, I'm not attained by pious deeds, that these many Christians are still contaminated with it. I'm not attained in that way. I'm not attained by sadhana, bhakti, by regulative devotional service. When I say, but how can that be, Gaur? Well, because you think attaining Krishna is a mode of goodness by being a regulated devotee, or even Vaikuntha. I don't consider that attainment of Krishna because Krishna didn't attain. Krishna is Krishna. Krishna is Vrindavan, at least Dwarka and Mathura, when he came there to liberate them from the oppression that they had. He had to still come to. They were oppressed just like we have to. You Vaidhi Bhaktas are oppressed. You need some uncommon energy and potency to deliver you. Like Krishna came in and killed Kamsa. Just like I kill speculation. I don't have to kill bodies. I kill the speculation. I kill the hypocrisy. You see, that's a devotional potency. I can't do it on my own. It's because I got the Lord, who is my shield and my spear. He's everything, whatever we need. You notice? Appears. Sudarshan chakra appears. The club appears. The lotus flower appears. Whatever. Hey, man, that's Guru. You're not like that. Step aside. We'll do the job. Because that's Guru in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Says, the real spiritual master is a Vishnu Duta. They have to do that work of a Vishnu Duta like they did with Ajamil. Cut those guys free. Protect them from the envious and jealous. All these things, important work. Part of the job comes with a description. Every job has a description. You want strength? The strength of the Lord's potency? Well, that's what we get here. That's what I come here and get the strength of God, man. I love it, man. It's great. You don't love it? Go to Radhanath, man. Go to Acharya Dev if you don't like the strength you can get here. I just want to be around strong people and those who want to become strong and are willing to listen. If you don't have no room for this word, we'll go where there is room. Give me a couple more Fannies or Amy's. We'll show you. We'll take their cars that have been broken by Maya and make them Maseratis. Right? That's what we do. The Lord does that for all of us. That Lord that's here, oh man, where everybody's a broken down jalopy. You guys in Vaidhi Bhakti are broken down. You're broken down on the road. You know, you should be calling us over to come over. We're the road warriors, man. Coming on the road, come fix your jalopis, man. Your temples are broken. Most see the devil as evil in duality, but in fact, he is I mean, that's even, you know, even the Bible shows the devil sat down with God. What is this talking? What? How can the devil have such a relationship to sit down with God and have a discussion to test the? What do you think? That's the same thing. You don't think people get tested here? We all get tested. It's the Maya. And as we get stronger and stronger in devotion, there's no Maya says, oh, well, God, you know, you figured it out. It's just faith in the transcendental potency, faith in the real scriptures, man, faith in ecstatic worship, faith in being close with God. Okay, well, what can I teach you now? You know, all I can do is throw weakness at you, throw faith in this and faith in that, faith in speculation, and that's not working anymore. I'm exhausted my weapons. That's what you can get here. You develop faith in the transcendental potency, transcendental words, and get the strength of that. Then how can Maya will have no power over you? You won't get thinking that you're going to get power on your own. A lot of people have that misconception. Oh yeah, I can be powerful on my own. I don't need, you know, I can be good and that's my power. No, that's another deception of the devil. See, disguised as an angel of light. Oh yeah, just be the good person. Yeah, by goodness. Oh, do good deeds out there. Yeah, and you'll get empowered. And you don't. You become weakened. And you won't know that until you come here, and then you get perspective. Because I don't live on that. I'm not here to do the good. The best thing I can get out of doing the good, the homeless people, I give them a little thing in their thing, as long as they're not going to use it for going drinking. I could usually tell pretty good, you know, like who's going to do that. Well, you never know, though. There's some of them pretty good. Pure devotional service. That's it, man. Pure love of God without any material motives.
Yeah, it's by pure devotional service that you receive pure knowledge.
Yeah, and the Lord gives us that. I can't attain that on my own. It's just this to maintain this association at all costs. Whatever the cost is, and that's why I tell you guys, you want the path, give up those gurus if they're in the way. At all costs, you should get this. Raman, I teach everything from Chaitanya Leela realizations. Ramananda Roy said, if pure devotional service is available somewhere, drop everything and go there. That means a guru is a speculator and can take you to Vrindavan, who's not a resident of Vrindavan, who doesn't speak like a resident of Vrindavan, doesn't exude like a resident, doesn't fit the songbook. From them, ecstatic prema does not emanate. You can't see it. And from their word, the Vaishnava philosophy as it is doesn't bust your illusion. At all costs, let it go. Otherwise, you're frozen. Let it go. Let it go. What do you think the song Frozen is about? She was frozen. See? Because she couldn't live her truth of what she is and what she are. Well, nobody knows who you are. You come here and you'll know who you are. See? You are like her, in that person, in the perfected state, unfrozen, and a devotee of the Lord in your own relationship. Empowered by God. I'm here to get you empowered by God, not to be controlled by, under some what do you call materially motivated persons who have to live off your energy. Here to connect you to unlimited source energy like I am. And more, I want to get more connected with that. You look at Lalita, she's free. Johan's free. All they have to do is worship the Lord in ecstasy, water the creeper. They know how to do that, right? They're doing what the Lord taught. They water their devotional creeper and everything is beautiful and gets more beautiful all the time. Well, what's the problem? Why wouldn't you want that? Come to that point where you get the real bhakti awakened and then you just water the creeper forever. Many of my students are at that point already. Where are you going to get that? Can Radhanath give that to you? How about a Charya Day? You're all just doing rituals. You're doing religion. You're hearing speculations. We got the power of the Lord here, don't we? I ain't afraid of the guys like this. Or what are they? What can they do? They can't do this. They can't give protection from illusion. You can even see, are you falling down because of the words that I'm speaking about Radhanath to help him and his followers who are blind followers and blind leaders? They think what? I'm offended? What? I can do what they can't do. I can point out the fault for their benefit that I can say, hey, you've fallen into a fault. You ever seen a fault when an earthquake opens a fault and people walking don't see it? What do? They fall in it. Well, they've all fallen in it. That fault of being name and fame to be a guru and getting worshipped is a big fault they've fallen into. Well, what about you, Gauri? Did you fall into the fault? Well, hey, man, it's not my fault that Prabhupada came and said, yes, you're doing exactly what I want you to do. You have my full approval to preach like this. You do more of that, and the more we do, the more people are delivered here. And are you sure you're pleasing Prabhupada? I get people tell me all the time. Am I sure? No, you need to be sure. I'm sure, more than sure. Prabhupada is very happy if you deliver one fallen soul, much less so many already. And we're just getting started, and you don't think he's happy?
If he wouldn't be happy, he would stop the flow.
I'm just saying what he would love to have said. You know, it's like we read the pastimes, right? We read the pastimes. I'm telling you what's going on here. We read the pastimes of what happened before, right? These persons, Prabhupada, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, all of them are sitting here watching because they don't have to read the past of what happened before. They see the pastimes happening now. This is Lord Caitanya's Leela in action. Oh, live. This is a lot, not a rerun. This is a live.
I can see him dancing now.
Yeah, you don't think they're watching this? If I was there, I'd be watching this. I am already watching this too at the same time. Come on, man. This is the greatest show on earth, man. Why? Because the Lord's really here and his devotees are really here. We're surrendering to that Lord, man. Let him have his way, man. Do your thing there, man. Deliver people. He is. The lady said yesterday, always saying, just pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. Yeah, okay, I pray that you come into this Sangha and get purified and be happy forever. That's what I didn't say it out loud, but I said, yeah, that's the prayer. Otherwise, what good is a prayer? What, pray that, pray for what? Some material benefit for you? How about some spiritual benefit, some tangible? This is tangible. You come here, you'll know all about God that you never even dreamed about knowing. You'll know what real purification is and what real purity is. But they don't want that prayer. No. There's some material thing, So pray for me that I make a good business. Pray for me that I get this, and pray for me that. No. I pray. My prayer is, hey, man, this is available. Lord Chaitanya's mercy is available. It's here. My prayer to the world is you come here. I haven't seen this anywhere. My prayer to the world, you come here and go back to Godhead in this life. Matter of fact, you won't be going anywhere. God will come to you. You'll feel it. You'll feel like devotees feel in the spiritual world here. You'll be enlivened like they are there here. We poke a hole. Just like Vamanade poked a hole right in the spiritual universe. You don't think that's not been done again? Oh, that hole is there. And while we're here, man, that river of Raj is gushing through into this plane of existence. That's my prayer. You want me to pray for you? I pray you come here and get this friggin' mercy. It's fantastic. It's powerful. You'll know what you haven't even dreamed of, because that's how it is for me. I get beyond what I can even expect. You want a life like that? You want to be strong in this world? You want to be clear? You want to be free? You want to really be free? You think I'm hateful and I'm angry and all that? I'm free of all that. This is all spiritual stuff, man. This is just a thorn plucking out thorns. The spiritual devotees, they have all feelings that you think. This way, you come here, your feelings will be transformed. You don't give anything up. It just gets transformed. You'll get angry. You'll get loving, you'll be this feeling, that feeling, all kinds of spiritual varieties will awaken naturally, but they'll all be spiritual, even though people think, what's going on? You're not supposed to be angry. We're all repressed. Our leaders repressed us. We're in fear. Why are you not in fear? Well, the only thing I may fear a little bit is the material energy. I don't want to be overcome by it. But I know the process not to. So I stick with that process. The Prabhupada even said, the only thing you should fear is Maya. I don't fear it so much, but it's there, because I say, it's powerful, you got to stay. I got to keep running to my father and mother's shelter there, Lord Caitanya, man. Get the power.
But if you have a home, you know where to go and you know where to find shelter. If you have this prema, you don't have to pray for anything else anymore, because you have everything.
Yeah, you have everything. Yeah, that's the prayer. Is just the Lord fulfills everything. He knows everything in your mind. This is what Jesus preached, even. Yeah, Jesus knows everything. God knows everything in your mind and everything you may think good about. All that stuff, man. Oh, the Lord. Oh, my devotee would like this person help. The person. Automatically, everything happens. The Lord just fulfills. Oh, my devotee would like this goodwill for this person and that person. I know when I'm chanting, this comes out in my heart often. The Lord. I say, oh, the Lord's going to do that. Whatever, he feels for this person and that person and all that. Yeah, it's like that. The Lord just looks and it's done. Devotees, they don't have to go through a lot of troubles. You're safe and trouble. The Lord's so happy. You don't even have to deliver, the hard work. You have to offer punya to your forefathers, and you don't have to even do that. You just be a devotee in the devotional potency, hearing, chanting, remembering, watering the creeper, enjoying, associating with Krishna as your friend or whatever your relationship is, and everything is accomplished. Oh yeah, the forefathers are really, really liberated. Oh, sin is really destroyed. Not faking it, even Rupa Goswami preached in the Bhagavatam that all these rules and regulations are only temporary fixes. You need real bhakti. That purifies the heart. That's what you can get here. This will free you from sin. You'll be able to chant the holy name and feel attracted to the Lord's name or pastimes or name, and whatever it is for you. You might like to read Chaitanya Bhagavat in ecstasy, or you might want to chant the holy name in ecstasy, or both, or this or that, but it'll all be effective. You'll feel this relationship awaken. That's what we do here. This is the essence of all truths, is to have this intimate, ecstatic relationship with the Lord and go on associating intimately and ecstatically with the Lord forever. There's no truth higher than that in this whole universe. This is the essence of all arguments and all paths, is to come into this relationship, because boom, Maya disappears. Maya is everything else but that relationship, right? What's the source of Lalita's potency and power? Is her relationship with Krishna and her love for Krishna, right? That's what we all like about her, huh? I told you she's Miss Universe. Most beautiful being in this world. Well, there's a few others here too. Don't worry, you're all included, so many. But bhakti is beautiful. Those who have bhakti, that's where real beauty is. No bhakti or mixed bhakti. I don't even like, the Lord doesn't like mixed bhakti so much. It's not very attractive. It's something, that's why, the Lord is attracted to bhakti. If he sees mixed bhakti, he would like to clean it up, And also here, I'd like to clean up some of those Christians' bhaktis, I'd like to clean up these ladies, both of those two. It's funny, the Lord keeps leading me to these mixtures there, because what are we going to do? You got to work with what's available, right? Who cannot be mixed in this friggin' world the way Kali Yuga, Very rare.
At least they want your association.
Yeah.
You can't say it from the Vaidis.
yeah, I know. At least they want, they know something's here, Yeah, so powerful work being done. Okay, maybe, let's see. Yeah, I like this one. Glory to the all-merciful Radha and Madan Mohan. I am lame and ill-advised, yet they are my directors and their lotus feet are everything to me. So that's pure devotional service. That's what I want to lead people to, or we want to lead people to, is so that you can say, I'm lame and ill-advised when I listen to the world and worldly people contaminate with all kinds of speculations and all this. See? And the real guru leads you to that relationship. Madan Mohan. Didn't the real guru led Krishnadas Kaviraj to that relationship? Madan are their directors. Isn't that your director there, Lalita? Don't you have that? See? My job is to get you into that. That's sovereignty. But there's no sovereignty on your own. That's an illusion. That's why these books are so important. They teach you what is real from the false. Otherwise, people think, no, sovereignty is to be on my own. No, you'll never be on your own. You'll never be free of the Maya. You will fight it, you'll do everything, and you'll succumb to it, and maybe you'll win some victories, but it won't be the supreme victory. You're only sovereign in what the realized souls taught, starting with Jesus, actually. You're sovereign by being in the Lord's devotee and the Lord. Even though I don't have a living guru, I could say that's really affected me, I'm still in the devotee. I learned that already from I'm in Prabhupada, and I'm in Bhaktisiddhanta. I'm in the line. I'm in those devotees, but I'm not in these preachings of these devotees, not at all. That would be a contamination. I know I did before, and I was weakened by all of them. Every one of them took away my, whatever purification I had. I got covered But I got uncovered. That's why I preach like I do. I preach by example. I'm only in those who are liberated souls, like Krishnadas Kaviraj taught in this book, in this chapter. See? He got there because he was in Nityananda, who was his guru. I think even Diksha Guru, maybe. I don't even think he met him. I think he just took Diksha from the heart because, he just had that dream. And then he was in Rupa and Sanatan. He would be right there. He was in those devotees. And look what he got. He got Madan Mohan from that association. See? This loving, ecstatic relationship. That's what I got from being in only them. I found everything else a contamination. Every guru I felt wasn't there with that. They're only pretending to be there. That's my experience. That's why I preach like I do. If you don't like it, too bad. Stay out there. You won't have. It doesn't seem like you have. That proof is in the pudding. Who's manifesting? Whoever's manifesting the truth, whoever is manifesting the power of devotees and the power of God in this world, they're more authority. I don't care you disagree and all that, but let me look at you. You present yourself, present your realizations, present your ecstasy here. Show me that you're an intimate of the Lord. Show me that you're like the examples of those devotees we read about in the book. Otherwise, button your mouth, man. The Lord Caitanya has already ripped up your book because you're not preaching the book. Devananda Pandit, he looked like a nice Brahmin and everything, and austere and renounced and celibate and taught Bhagavatam and about Krishna, but he had no bhakti, just like now. Purebhakti.com without it coming. Crying schools without the crying. No difference. And the Lord said, I'm going to rip up his book. He shouldn't be preaching Bhagavatam. Why should I say anything different? That's why that person and those persons I chastise, they have a chance to become real devotees. Otherwise, there's no chance. They will just die in their delusion. Die thinking they can deliver their disciples. What, with that kind of preaching you hear from Radhanath or Acharya Dev, and no exuding what the songbook says, from them ecstatic prema emanate? You look at them. Do you see any ecstatic prema emanating from them? Any of them? One of them? None of them. You see conclusive understanding, not New Age bullshit and Buddhism emanating from their mouth? One of them? None of them. And they wonder why I get so emphatic. Prove me wrong. I'll say I apologize. You should prove me wrong. Yeah, you, Charlie Dave, come on. Come on, Radhanath. Come up here. Yeah, because you're contaminated, man. You only, not even in your dreams can you come. Because nobody likes their illusions, that's give them nice big bank accounts, bank accounts, big followings, big followers, big reputation, even the world, oh, Radhanath's so great. And Gohari's over there saying, what? Show me the greatness. I'm willing to say, show me the greatness. Let me see your preaching. Well, I just looked at it and ugh. Show me the emanation that you have the tears of the Lord instead of just going like this. See, like the Swami step. You see looking like, where's the emanation, man? Where is it? Nowhere to be seen. Do you see any emanation coming here? Not only from Gohari Das, but how about from his disciples? You see anything emanating from them? Why is it so hard to understand? From them emanates bhakti, even from his disciples. Why wouldn't that be important to see what you sing in the songbook for 40 years and haven't even understand that is important? You know why? Because your gurus don't show that. Otherwise, you would say, wow, look, it's in the book. It's in the Guru. Must be a devotee Bhagavat. From my Guru Dev, ecstatic prema does emanate. Wow, they must be author. You can't even think like that because they have some checklist, some other standard. The book is the self-evident evidence. That's why Prabhupada put it there to sing every day and waiting for somebody to comment and say the emperor has no clothes. Your gurus aren't clothed with that emanation, and by their word, the tough truth doesn't come. The uncompromising truth doesn't come. That exposes the illusion. Hey, Srimad Bhagavatam's got to come from the mouth of a devotee. Okay? This is regular class. You get regular classes in Bhagavat? You think, you're learning anything? Pretty simple stuff, man. Find real devotees if you can. I think they're only here. Prove me wrong. Let me see some emanation from some. If you're a real devotee, you'll be emanating like that book says. Because there's two manifestations of Krishna. One is the devotee, the other is spiritual master. You don't have to be a spiritual master. Lalita is an emanation. She's a devotee. From her, ecstatic prem emanates, right? Her words, they destroy ignorance too, don't they? Why? She realizes what real life is, real bhakti is, real truth is. Why wouldn't you want to hear from one of those and neglect the thousands of those who preach you New Age bullshit or Buddhism in the disguise of Vaishnavism? Just be mindful. Mindful of what? Well, I don't know. Just be mindful, because that's what the Buddhist texts say. They can't squirt that last word out. Be mindful of Krishna. This was the complaint 550 years ago. People were not glorifying devotion and the devotional energy and the conclusive truth. That was their complaint. It's always the same complaint. That's why I complain now. If you're going to complain, you got to do transcendental complaining. This is called transcendental. This is like the Democrats. Do the same thing. Krishna, man, there's no devotion in this world. Yeah, there's not enough talks about devotion. See, this is transcendental complaining. Here we get stuff done because we get people coming here and they start to realize, yeah, we have some complaints. Nityananda was also complaining. He was. He says, you show us all these things, but you don't show the world. And the Lord said, Haridas, ooh, now we're going to see the world being delivered because of the desire of Nityananda. See, at first he was only showing. I started saying the same thing. I said, Lord, you only show this here. How come you don't show the world? Well, he's starting to. We're also, he's got to, use us too, He works through his instruments. Okay. Break time. Give us a word, Tom.
Hare Krishna. I was just seeing these words, like there was a slip of the tongue from Prabhupada. He said, with the torture of knowledge instead of the torch of knowledge. It's recorded. So he was saying with the torture of knowledge, not what is called torch. I was reading that.
Yeah, with the torture. See, torture is a verb. So the torch needs a torture. See? The torture carries the torch. See, it's a verb. Like, yeah, where's the torture? The one setting the fire. It needs somebody to set the fire. And so they, in a sense, they are the fire because the fire is in them. Fire is the Lord, the truth, the ecstasy. So it's a good word, actually. Where's the torture? Who's, especially with a torch, you got a torch, you can set other torches on fire, right? That's what we do. We go around with the torch. We torch everybody, torture. Otherwise, Maya's out there torturing you. So you either get torched here and scorched here, or you're going to be tortured more or less by Maya. That's what she does, especially now. This time it's a lot of torturing going on.
And another thing, I feel when people feel fear for Mahamaya, it's overruled by Yoga Maya.
When people feel, are you talking about people in general or those who come here?
Yeah, we were talking, I was sharing about sometimes there is a little fear for Maya.
Yeah, well, there may be, yeah. And it's you overcome it by Mahamaya, which is basically this relationship. It has to be, that's perfect knowledge, is the relationship between our soul and God. If that's not established, we're still in some level of illusion. That's why we need to know that Ramananda Roy, he taught this. He said transcendental knowledge is simple, like there's the jiva, that's us. We're situated between the spiritual and material energies. People need to know that. They don't know that. They think it's all mixed in. Even people here sometimes, well, now a lot of times they come here and they're still mixed. They're mixing the spiritual and material energies. They think it's all together. The sahaja thing is like that. Some people, they pick up the energy here, but it hasn't been distinguished, and then they see, oh, it's all Krishna, and they're all mixed. They're mixed devotees. They're mixing the rays that they get. It's not really pure, and they go into the reflection and say the reflection is that, but they pick up the energy to energize the reflection. No, that's not it either. That's why some people get confused. They say this is Krishna, it's all Krishna and everything. No, they're picking up the rays here, but it's not purified. They use it in that way. It's a mixture. And they say, yeah, you see, it's all Krishna, and they run around energetically and everything from the rays, but they need more purification to see there's a difference between the spiritual and material energy. You have to see there's a difference between lust and love, otherwise it's mixed in. See, real love, not human love even, not oxytocin for the body. No, there's a difference between Shuddha Bhakti love for God and lust for anything in the world. See, a devotee whose heart's purified can make that distinction. Even if lust enters their heart, they can still, distinguish it. Say, oh yeah, this is lust. It's like a needle, like she was talking about needles. It's still like, it's not pure. Even subtle stuff, celestial stuff, goes in the heart. You see, oh, this is not the pure bhakti creeper. That's the kind of preaching here. And I'm telling you, this is high-level stuff, even though it's coming in this kind of place. See, there's gold here, not touched by the dirt. Not mixed in with the different alloys, like there's some gold. That's what I look when I see people. I say, like I told her about that lady. I said, yeah, she got some symptoms of devotion there, bhakti there. But there's, little alloys around, which is natural. You pick these things up, in the world, and you need shiksha, you need it's all by association. That's why if you get association with more purified devotees, you're only going to get more purified, right? Common sense. Vaidhi Bhaktis have the same opportunity. If you come here, you're just going to be more purified, and you'll understand these distinctions that you can't understand exclusively in that association. So those with the ears, can you hear what I'm saying here? Anybody out there? That's what Jesus, he said, hey man, those with the ears, can you hear? And those are the ones who came to him. If they didn't come to him, they went to his disciples later on.
It's like this word thorn. It's also like needle, thorn.
Yeah.
When you have a thorn in your skin, you need another thorn
To pluck it out.
to pluck it out,
Yeah.
and then you are free. Then you can go on.
Mahamaya is like a sword thrust into your heart, and you're bleeding, and you're weakened. See, because the heart, you got this sword thrust in your heart. That's called weakness of heart. It's what makes you not be able to adhere to this path. That's why people, they get these swords thrust in their heart, and they can barely come here because that's the Maya attachment to man, to woman, to the world, to wealth, to honor, to worship. See, these are swords thrust into their hearts. It weakens them to the point where they can't come, or they can briefly come, and then they're taken away by that weakness of heart. That's why usually the Pharisees, the Brahmins, the sannyasis who get name and fame come after the lower classes come, because they're not infected by that sword. That's big poison. Big poison. The early Christians, I think James was speaking about that. He said, we as teachers are under more scrutiny because they have more responsibility in that sense. So more responsibility to take more shelter. I mean, I have to do this job. Are you kidding? I could just imagine if I thought, I don't think I'll chant today. I don't think I'll come, do this. You don't think Maya would take over? Of course, because I have to remember forever and remind others or awaken others to the truth. You're Jiva, man. Do you want to serve the Lord forever? Or do you want to go into the Maya and serve her for what seems to be forever? That's a long time. You may not get out in this cycle. You have to meet real devotees firmly fixed in devotion and come over to this side like we do. See, by example. You don't see me in ISKCONs or any of these groups, because I found in there there's impurities. That's why I've come over to this side and preaching this phase of it. And if anybody else wants, you got to come over here also. And then if you're over here in your heart, you can go anywhere. You could be with your families, but your heart has to be here, man. If your heart is fully in your families or more in your family, you'll be weakened. The sword stays in there. But if your heart is here, you can have a family. You can go to ISKCON. You can go to any of these groups. Your heart is here. You can associate with people more freely. But your heart is here. See, Krishna cleanses our heart. You see, I got a little contaminated, being, talking intimately, like with people, with this person. And I come here, and the Lord, so my heart has to be here. Otherwise, you're in danger. That's the problem, the people that don't come here steady. They don't understand that point enough. Your heart really has to be here, and then you can associate with the world, because we're in this world, we have different situations, we have families, friends, but keep your heart here, and everything will be well. The Lord, they says, oh, you have faith in real devotees, where I'm really working, where I'm really purifying everything. That's what, that's what's going on here. We stay clean here. Did anyone watch that movie, Don't Look Up, with Leonardo DiCaprio as a scientist and Meryl Streep as the president? Oh, no, I'll check it out. There is a meteor coming to destroy the whole earth in a matter of months, and the president tells the people to ignore, oops, to ignore the hoopla. It's not true, and just don't look up. And half the people firmly and aggressively believe that it's not real, and half believe it's true. It's just a metaphor for what is going on. Yeah, don't look up. It's exactly what's going on. Don't look up. It's all okay. Yeah. So it's all who you believe. See, a lot of people, they've been watching TikTok and they're waking up to some level because there's information, real, it's kind of like what we do. They're commenting on what's really happening. But if you keep listening to the authorities, like the government says, no, nothing's happening. Our economy is wonderful. See, it's a lie. It's not really that way, but you believe your authority, right? We're built like that. And now TikTok comes along, and that's why the government wants to ban it. Because TikTok comes along and says, no, the world ain't really that nice. See, a lot of times on Facebook and all these things, they don't tell you what's really going on. There's no problem. Everything is fine. So then you go on TikTok and all this information is coming out, which is not as well censored. And then people are starting to wake up. Okay? So it's the same kind here with the real philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Everybody there is saying everything's fine. The gurus are bona fide. You'll go back to Godhead after many lifetimes. That's the truth, man. They just say, hey, what's the problem, man? No problem. And go back in many lives. You'll come back and you'll do this again and again and again. And after some time, many lifetimes, you'll probably go back to Godhead. See, everything's fine. And Gauri said, no, it's not fine. Go back to Godhead in this life. You got the chance. Because it's not fine. It's not fine to suffer. The Lord doesn't want you to suffer. If you don't have to, you don't have to. If you hear this message, anybody with real ears, can you hear what I'm saying? You don't have to come back. But my guru said I have to come back. Well, you got the wrong guru now. Come here and listen to this guru. Listen to this message. It's, you don't have to come back. We've proven Lolita doesn't have to come back. Johan doesn't have to come back. Janaki doesn't have to come back. Govinda doesn't have to come back. Others, River doesn't have to come back. The truth lives in them. We show you what it is, what it looks like for the truth to live in somebody. The truth is the love of God. You got to see it in the temple of a body of a person. The living God has to be in that best of all temples, which is a human being with the love of God in them. Is it not clear? We'll come back tomorrow and we'll make it more. I love to preach the truth and set people free. Why do you think Jesus was always talking? He loved the truth. That he was preaching and preaching and preaching and preaching. And you come here, you start to preaching and preach. Look at Lalita every day in Johan, classes after class. They love to preach about the truth, right? This special taste, transcendental taste. The Lord likes to come. He came to preach as Lord Caitanya. He came as Nityananda to preach. He came in the fall, gave the power to the followers to preach, gave us the power to preach. He gave these gurus the power to speculate so that we can have some preaching material and save them all. Yeah, I would love to bring Radhanath and Jaipataka and Acharya Dev into the real fold of Lord Caitanya, with real ecstatic, to be real gurus and manifestations of Lord Krishna in features, the features of ecstatic love, man, pouring out of their eyes and tears, out of the conch shell of their eyes, and the holy laughter like Lalita, Otherwise, the Lord's just laughing at you, man. You'll think that. You'll be offended. Well, he's laughing. I feel so offended. Okay, enough of this, man. Let's play the song and move along.
Yummy, yummy, the taste of Krishna.
You want to say a couple words here? You go say something, Lolita.
I was just reading what Gabriel wrote. Do you really think that only in this Sangha there are
Oh yeah, the
these
same
kind
old,
of
same old.
devotees?
Yeah.
We hear that every day. But for me, they can cut my head off, but I am so convinced that the order has been given here. The power that we have here, that we realize here, the things that Krishna is telling me, and the fact that we are really pushed to preach, and I can't believe that those ecstatic devotees don't have the desire to preach. If you're really into that environment of that order, you're preaching, it's part of it. You go out and we would know that, and there would be a Sangha here and a Sangha there. I believe that some people have something.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk, and I met, for instance, in Mayapur, a Russian girl who was crying for the deity, but I wonder how she is now, 5 years later. Well, I developed this here by being in your association.
Yeah.
This is the order. This is really the finishing touch of Srila Prabhupada's work.
Yeah.
I'm very, 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 very convinced about that.
Yeah. You know, that yeah, see, like yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because see, so Gabriel says, well, you don't think that other yeah, well, show us, and that's the whole thing. Oh yeah, well, how many sanghas have you? Maybe you haven't discerned it yourself enough to see what's going on here is special. Because I mean, I don't have to go and go into all these different. I've been to enough places to know what's going on here is not going on in the Narayan Raj group. Nowhere. I've been to enough to make that assertion. What's going on here on this level of bhakti, this level of preaching, is not going on in ISKCON. I spent 5 years enough to know. And in the Radhakund Babaji is not going on this level also. Maybe in some secret place, but what good is that? A secret place that you don't know of, that you're not aware of. What is the good to say, well, why are you saying maybe that's going on? So what is the good of that? Why would you want to even be like, like split-minded like that? Why not be with, hey, it's going on here and I haven't seen it. Have you seen it anywhere? I went to your farm over there, Gabriel. I saw what was going on there, and that wasn't that. What's going on here is not going on over there. Maybe with the girl, she has something, but not enough to know this is where ecstatic devotees are, and her guru ain't like this. Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead, Lalita.
Yeah, he says, I didn't say it was in groups, etc., but groups would be born.
Yeah.
If that would be there. Maybe here and there is somebody who is slightly eccentric. There is a lady who I talked to, the friend Fernando knows her as well. But nothing has been born. It doesn't. There is no movement. Here is the movement. That's the difference. Because of the order of Prabhupada.
Here's the temple of it. You know, you got a society of ecstatic devotees. And for not to appreciate that it means there's some fault in that you're not purified to know. I mean, you know, that's why the assembled devotees, they knew that Lord Caitanya appeared and they started to all come. And if that's not going on, you're being held back probably by your guru who's telling you some bullshit. You know, like I went to the farm and the guy didn't even invite me for a class. I couldn't believe it. I observe everything. I think, why is the guy, he said he likes what I do and everything, and I saw he just wants to be the one. Yeah, what is this? And then it's just a cow protector. You know, where's the ecstasy? Where's the ecstasy? I didn't see anything. Oh yeah, he's got it, but he doesn't. Yeah, well, maybe he has a tear or two. I don't know. He has some realization, but you know, not like this.
No, but we don't want to chastise you, Gabriel. That's not what we want to do. That we use what you say for preaching, just because it's useful for preaching.
We have to distinguish.
So let the shoe fit. You feel chastised? Good for you, man. No, you just come here for a good time, that you want to just all cherries and chocolate?
We are distinguishing the levels of mercy.
Yeah,
that's all.
we're just here to distinguish the truth, you know, so that you can be clear that, you know, like what's going on here. That's part of it. Because even statements like that, you don't think I've heard that so many from people who can't stay firm. You know, we have to analyze that statement. Well, what about the other or individual? Who cares about, you know, they're not here. I don't see them. Do you see them? And if you do see them, point it out, because I don't know. I think you need to get more purified to see how it's being, to discern these subtle things. Like how is there bhakti? Like I said, with Ali, I said, there's some bhakti there, but let's look a little deeper. What are the symptoms? What's mixed in there? See,
and is it delivering? Are they delivering it?
Yeah, is the delivery there? Yeah.
Is it functional?
We offer our obeisances to our spiritual master, from who prema emanates and who takes us out of this darkness, of this ignorance of darkness, of ignorance. Sorry for my English, but that's what Prabhupada brought.
Yeah. Gabriel and everybody else, you're lucky to have one like that. One, they like people, they had a Jesus, and they, my God, we got a Jesus. And you don't think there are those out there, the Pharisee types, saying the same thing? Oh, you think it's only Jesus. You think it's only, there must be somebody out there. Well, it wasn't them. It wasn't anybody they could point out. So there was Jesus there. You think they're just all over the place, from them ecstatic prema emanates? That was a Lokanath, man, the guru of what's his name, Narottam. But there were others at that time. But you think they're like all over the place now? You're lucky if you can find one, Gabriel. You know, that from them ecstatic prema emanates, and by their word ignorance is destroyed to that degree. They're very rare, especially now. And to even say, well, you don't think, well, yeah, well, where are they, Gabriel? Where? And anybody else that says that, because that's a common thing. People have that in their mind. Well, there must be somewhere. Where? No, you can't show me. My guru, well, I looked at that guru over there. He ain't nothing special. Special is, let's see some communication. Well, that's that girl. She probably had it from another life. And she's stuck there because she doesn't know the value of being around other ecstatic, rare devotees that are rare like gold. Obviously, there's some problem there. Why did she block me and some others? There's something wrong there. She's stuck in a hole. You don't block ecstatic devotees. They're your wealth. They're their greatest welfare in the world. But a lot of people are stuck in this mind. It shows you how much help people need. Ecstatic Christians, ecstatic devotees like that gal on that farm. They need some help in the system. But, you know, it's bewildering in this world. Whoever gets that help is fortunate. Oh, so, you know, otherwise people, they hold you back. They lie. They cheat you. That's all this world, liars, cheaters, speculators. And if you're fortunate, if you take shelter of a guru that fits the songbook. That's all I have to say. That's all that book has to say. That's all that's here. You can see with your own eyes and ears, ecstatic prem emanates here, and words that destroy all levels of ignorance is here. That's what the whole world needs to know, where that is. And not, well, there must be some other place where, who cares about the some other place that you don't even know or anybody else knows? Who cares? There must be some other, what a nice deviation for the mind. Well, there must be some other place. Well, some other place that you don't even know. Why even put that in other people's minds? Oh, well, let's not go to Gohari Das because there might be some. Well, could you imagine preaching like that, Lolita? Sorry, Gabriel, you got to put the sauce. But, hey, man, you got to, everybody sits in a hot seat sometimes. Don't worry, it'll all work out. It'll turn into
cannot. We are a group. We are family members of Lord Caitanya. We are a family. So if there are here one and there one, how will they spread the mercy? How will they preach?
Where are they? First,
and where are
the
they?
heck are they? Gabriel
We asked
or
for
anybody
so many
else?
years. Where are they?
Give us some persons we can analyze that they're like that.
Come and
Otherwise,
join.
forget about that. I mean, you know, and I'm glad you actually brought it up because a lot of people say that. A lot of the Narayan Raj group, oh, you think you're the only one there. Well, who's in your group that's one of those? Oh, yeah, well, they're all like that. They're all like qualified, like with the purebhakti.com. Yeah, where is it? What does it look? Oh, well, they don't show it. And then you listen to the words. They preach righty without the, you know, nothing really substantial. Just parrots. That's all I've seen.
Prabhupada also didn't show it, but he brought all this Vedanta. You're doing something with your prem. You go out, you preach, you know. Nobody stays in his cave with prem. Nobody. I don't believe that.
No. Yeah, you know, well, this is the real line. See, this is what we do. Yeah. So anyway, that's the idea there, Gabriel, and anybody else. So as I say, I'm glad if you take it personally, that's good too, because that's part of the fire, you know, purification. It gets you more of that. But, you know, I'm glad you brought it. I'm glad everybody brings up everything. I'm glad everybody is who they are. And I am who I am. What can we do? We can just be who we are and see what sticks on the wall. You know, we're all like spaghetti thrown against the wall, and we'll see what sticks. Tom is always in La La Land. What do you think about that there, Tom, about what Freddie said? Freddie. Funny Freddie says, Tom is always in La La Land. It's all one whether you taste shit or delicious meal. What do you think about that? What he's saying there?
I feel very stable and undisturbed. Yeah, more and more.
Good.
It's not. Yeah, when there is mode of goodness and badness, this is next level. This is what it. I remember. I wanted to say this word. They sometimes forget a little thing, like you're preaching about this devotee who said God is this and this, and then you agreed, but then there was still the name was Krishna was not there. Yeah. So they are just not seeing. They don't they miss they miss this they miss the conclusive the completion. So it's just this is just giving them a helping hand.
Yeah.
we offer a win-win situation, nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the hand has many things it does, right? Shakes. You could shake the hand. See? You can offer blessings. You can offer slaps. You know, the hand can slap.
The blessing of the Father sometimes comes with a slap.
When it comes,
wake up! That's a blessing. Wake up and slap. It's a blessing.
With a devotee, everything's absolute. Whether you get the flower offered to you, or the blessing like that, or the slap, it's all blessing. It's like Krishna. Whoever he kills, they attain either their spiritual form, or they go into Brahman, it's a blessing, whatever, the Lord does.
If he kills Ravan, it's a blessing.
Yeah,
that spirit is liberated, and it's free to go to the conclusive.
Yeah, that's how it works. Fernando says, hill watching time. Great. Yeah. I had to experience the inconclusive, mode of goodness. That's true. You got to go through these things. Sickening, poor some of them laugh out loud, if not most. Yeah. Replying to Johan. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think we'll stop here. I'll just go. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you for coming. It's been fun. 3 hours already, man. I started way late. Shows you when we have good conversation, it goes by